Hey guys, and welcome to DarkLogic Studios' Attack on Titan fan theories. Bear in mind this is my first theories video, so hopefully it's entertaining and it doesn't suck. If you're here, I'm just gonna assume that you've read the manga, so let's just get right into it. So in chapter 82, you know what happened, you were there. Armin fucking died. He went out in a literal blaze of glory. All for the rest of the month it was, is Armin gonna survive? Could he be alive? Could Levi get to him with the serum? And lo and behold, chapter 83, he is alive, Levi's there, but who's there too? Erwin is there. Yeah, let's be honest, it's a little contrived, but you know what, it's a story, so whatever. The end result is a pretty crazy scenario. Our characters have to choose which of their comrades they're going to save, and which one they're going to let die. And it's all emotional and shit. And anyway, moving on. In my original Tumblr post, I stated that I felt like Armin could still be alive because this character still had a lot to offer to the story. Now, the way Armin died, let's be honest, it did seem like he was probably going to stay dead. This whole thing about the ocean and shit, and it was all dramatic. It took up like more than half the chapter, and it just seems like that was the way it was gonna go. Burnt to a freaking crisp, fell 50 meters or something. He had to be dead, right? It seemed like it could be the perfect way to end his character arc, his story arc, but only if not for a few pretty significant loose ends that haven't been tied up yet. So after thinking about it and reading some other people's theories, it started to seem more and more evident that Armin had a greater role to play in the story. Now that chapter 83 is out, we know that Armin is still alive, and now the possibility of him getting the serum is much greater than it was last month. However, Erwin is there too. I know everyone is debating on whether Erwin or Armin should be saved, but I think more now than ever that Armin is going to get the serum. Not because Erwin is any less important. Honestly, I think they're both pretty equal when it comes to their strategic importance to the Survey Corps, but because of, as I said, Armin's potential future significance to the story. I feel like there is a lot of mystery surrounding Armin still. People seem to forget that he had parents who died who wanted to leave the walls, and a grandfather who owned a book about the outside world. These are not insignificant players in the story of Attack on Titan. They can't be. So why haven't we heard more about them? So this theory is going to be focusing on Armin's parents, who they were, and if there is a possibility that Armin could be related to the Reiss family, aka Historia's family, aka the royal family, aka the people who basically own the Titans, or the Titan ability, or whatever. Hear me out. So if you remember the scene back between around chapter 63 and 66, where Historia's father, Reiss, is explaining to her the history of their family and the significance that their bloodline has to the Titan ability. And he was saying that a person who does not possess the royal bloodline can't utilize the Titan ability to its fullest, specifically when it comes to memories and knowledge. Specifically in this scene, they're talking about the coordinate and Eren. However, reason stands to believe that this would be true for any Titan shifter. So basically anybody who is not a direct descendant of the Reiss family bloodline or are in some way related to them, they wouldn't be able to recall the memories of the shifter that they ate to become a shifter themselves. Now imagine Levi gives Armin serum. He eats Verdult, absorbs his memories. If Armin were somehow related to the Reiss family, he would in fact potentially be able to recall some or all of Verdult's memories and learn everything he knows about the Titans. And this could be the means in which the Survey Corps, and thus us the audience, learn about the Titans and their secrets. A distant relation between Armin and Historia might seem implausible, but it's not impossible, especially since we don't even really know who Armin's parents were. We've never actually seen them. Some people think the couple in the hot air balloon that Sans, whatever his name is, was talking about when he was being tortured by Levi and Hanji. That couple could be Armin's parents, as Armin mentions early on that his parents wanted to leave the walls and that something happened to them. We never actually find out what that something is, but this theory suggests that they were killed by the military police while trying to leave the walls. Still, we only see them in silhouette, so we don't actually know what Armin's parents look like or who they are. Which is interesting if you consider the fact that we've seen all our other main characters' parents, even some supporting characters. We saw in great detail what happened to Eren's parents, Mikasa's parents, Levi's mom, and Kenny. We've seen what happened to Erwin's father, Historia's parents, Connie's parents. We've even haven't seen Jean's parents. We've seen Sasha's dad, I think. So what is up with that? Why have we never seen Armin's parents? Like, he's a main character. We've seen his grandfather, but not his parents. So did Isayama just think they weren't important enough to include in the story? Or is he deliberately keeping them in the shadows for some greater purpose? I think it's far more likely the latter. We know Armin does look a lot like Historia. This is emphasized more by the fact that he is chosen to be Historia's double during one of the missions, and was convincing enough to get groped by some perverted guy. Armin also has a strong resemblance to Uri Reiss, Rod Reiss's older brother, and Historia's uncle. I could speculate all day on how Armin might be connected to the Reiss family, but the fact is that there's so little information to go on, there's no point in it really. I suspect it would be a distant relation, much like Levi and Mikasa, if they are truly related, which we also don't know for sure. Most important to this theory are these questions that have been bugging me from the very beginning. Why did Armin's parents want to leave the wall in the first place? Why does his grandfather have a forbidden book about the outside world? Where did he get it? Who are they connected to? What do they know? Armin's parents clearly had access to information that the general populace doesn't know about. They have to be connected somehow to something or someone important. Possibly by blood? I mean, think about it. All of our main characters are connected in some way to some kind of unique family. Mikasa and Levi are of the Ackerman clan, Aaron's dad was a shifter, so what about Armin? So far, this is something that's kind of been in the background, but I don't think it's going to be something that's just swept under the rug over the course of the story. There has to be some significance to this, and I don't think we quite know how important Armin's actually going to be yet. Now, another thing I want to touch on real quick is another part of this theory that's been going around, that if Armin does get Bordalt's memories and he learns all this stuff about the Titans, which he, don't forget, would have to be related to the Reiss family to do, that Armin will actually switch sides. I don't want that to happen. I feel like that'd be kind of bullshit, but I can see it going in that direction the way things are now, and considering this theory as well. But you know, after Armin sacrificing himself for Eren to get the Colossal Titan and all this, to have him kind of flip-flop and turn on them would be pretty crappy. But if it does happen, I would hope that it wouldn't be something that just happens overnight. Maybe it'd be something that Armin would struggle with. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I really hope that Armin does get the serum. I do think that he will. I think that that feels like the direction the story is going into, and I feel like that would be really interesting for the plot to see Armin as a Titan, see what comes of that if he does get Bardolph's memories, if he does end up being a Reiss, and if we do finally end up learning something about his parents. Like, I really hope that that happens. But anyway, that's my theory. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Check out my AMVs and my parody videos and the links right here. What did you think of this video? Do you agree with my theories? Do you disagree? Do you think it could be possible? What are your thoughts? Who do you want to get the serum? Tell me what you think is going to happen in the next chapter. Again, thanks for watching, and go Team Armin!